Fresh 20-second shot clock now for Georgia. Here's Edwards going downhill. The carom ended up right in his teammate's hands, and Toumani Camara throws it in. Dru Smith will fire the three, and he used every bit of the rim to go. Nico getting deep, left hand, rolls home.
Good touch.
All right, Dave, thanks here in Columbia, Missouri, where the Tigers are off to a red-hot start.
5 physical, strong, and gifted skill-wise.
Does he settle for the three too much?
When you shoot like that, sometimes you do.
Yeah. Lost to Ole Miss. Nice dish. And a miss from point-blank range, but a gather and a putback. And a great play. What is Missouri's strength in the half court?
Well, you'd like to think the way they shoot it with guys like Mark Smith. Georgia's had the same issues the last few ballgames. They'll be fine, and then you have a 3 or 4 minute stretch where you don't score. Trouble, but when you got a guy like this one,
Loda comes up with the rebound.
Solid player. Such a young team. Christian, the graduate transfer gives them a little veteran leadership.
Wow, and that is what is so tough about Anthony Edwards.
He took one bounce right, then back to his left.
Dru Smith for three. He was left open.
A great high school player, when they go to college and find it more difficult. That's the adjustment. How mentally do I hang in there and tell myself I'm not as good?
Javon Pickett able to drive, and Anthony Edwards touched it on its way down, and he had it stripped. We'll tell you exactly why Kobe wears number 24 a little bit later in the broadcast. You might be able to guess. Here's Tyreke Crump. Drills it. Another three. When Andrelton Simmons was with the Braves, I used to watch Andrelton Simmons play shortstop in every possession. Look at this slice.
It's so good.
And every time. Trey Jackson off the mark with the three. Here's Anthony Edwards. Nobody finds him, so a little dump and an assist to Edwards and a beautiful cut by Ty Fagan.
So people can carry the torch for an entire league. I was in the mid-'70s growing up, and I got out of high school in '79. Dr. J carried the torch for the NBA.
Yeah.
And everybody talks about the work ethic and everything about it, but when you are generationally impacted and carry the torch for a whole league, that says something.
He's really amazing.
Yeah.
Mike Tirico and Dr. Jack Ramsey. There's a tip in by Rodney Howard. Then that one, if I'm not mistaken, had a dunk late in that one. And when Kobe came off the floor after his final game, the young players that he played with, D'Angelo Russell.
Now he's only, Tom, let's do this. He's only 18 years old.
Yeah.
It is unfair to label him a certain way when you're 18.
Lawrence Watson waiting in the corner. Javon Pickett will drive and finish. First half.
The only thing I can think of doing against Georgia is when Edwards does it, is to be face guarded. If you were to play at a pickup game somewhere and a kid doesn't know how to play basketball, and he faces guard you away from the ball, you wish the guy would play how you're supposed to play.
Well, you're probably going to take a swing at it. Mitchell Smith.
At some point, yes.
Reed Nico fouls early, had to sit, and he has it taken away by Donnell Gresham. And Red will hang and hit. Was it touch? They say no. And Donnell Gresham's got a chance at a three-point play. The foul, they never completed the throw-in, and Georgia has possession to start the second half. And they started just like they ended the first. It's the first three for Toumani Camara. Bucket. Drive, and Nico with the follow tip. Reed Nico had limited assist. Javon Pickett got a half step. And Nico with another follow.
In this building, Willie Smith back in the 1976 year was called Mr. Magic before we knew about a Magic Johnson. And the communication has been good so they can step out on any shooter. Pickett couldn't get the shot off.
Nobody picks up the runner, Camara.
We'll keep an eye on that.
He did not start the second half. He was sitting all the way at the end of the Missouri bench. Anthony Edwards high for the board. And quick springs like those pogo guys. It up, huh?
Yes, sir.
Edwards behind the back. Steps through, left hand. Wow.
What he learns in college level would be how to compete and win a game when it needs to be won. And it's not just yourself. Most of the time in high school, it's just yourself.
Tough move over Trey Jackson. Well, I think it's the body type that makes people think that way, right?
Correct.
If he were 6'2.5" and a pure spot-up shooter, or if he was Jay Deep for the first time.
Now you really wonder, can Missouri get on any kind of run? Crowd gets involved. We'll see. I don't know if they can.
Crump goes inside. Pickett went flying by. Georgia team tonight versus the Georgia team that lost at home to Ole Miss on Saturday.
Ole Miss was explosive offensively. Georgia was not very good defensively. They didn't go first half also. 0-2 from the field.
Did you notice anything odd about him in shoot-around today?
No.
Missouri's played Georgia even in the second half, 19 apiece. Pinson with the big, skits it to go. He's got Crump on.
And Watson has been quiet.
Nico, the assist to Mitchell Smith. Good find and quiet. Time to step up. He goes right down the lane. Pinson behind Nico. Got it. Doing it without their second leading scorer, Mark Smith, who hasn't seen the floor in the half.
2-3 zone.
And Nico dunks all over the zone. In front of Crean on the right side.
Settled for the long jumper. I think he goes off the bounce, gets to the middle of the floor. Oh, nice pass.
Gresham is able to spin it in, including 6 of 8 from the line. Pinson lobs it into Nico. Blocks at 7. Pinson around his curl. They don't go to him. A hang and a hit from Drew Smith.
Played great against Temple in that victory. Kind of the leader of the squad, maybe quiet shot.
Crump kicks it. Mitchell Smith dives for it. 3 on the shot clock. Edwards with the clock winding down, past it, and it turns into a shot clock violation.
Got it off, didn't he?
Got to be out of his hands. And the dish, corner 3 won't happen. Mitchell Smith will tee it up. It was halfway home, and look, stolen away by Pickett. Edwards had it, and Pinson stole it right from him. Edwards denied. 2 Missouri defenders collide. Edwards spins, blocked by Nico. 8 seconds to play. Rebounded by Georgia, 7 on the clock. Edwards will push, midcourt, left his feet, gets it back, there's 2. Edwards pulls off the front of the rim. And Missouri's able to snap a 4-game losing streak with a 20-point comeback.
What a win, Tom, unbelievable. We sat here, they were down 20 at the 13-minute mark. Slowly start making buckets on the offensive end. Xavier Pinson was outstanding, and Georgia could not score on their offensive end.